When I met my husband, we had the best relationship ever. My son, it's like he wanted to spend time with his own father and his father wasn't there. So when my husband came in, it's not like he dated me, he dated us. And so it was so good, and he spent time with us and he helped me around the house, and he just showed me a different part of life that I didn't know. Like, not just financial, like anything that I needed. Like, he provided it. He would give it to me before I asked. The house had a lot of problems, right? And I used to always have to beg people to do stuff for me. And he would just come in and he'd be like, you know what? You can go to a spa today and I'll come back and something fixed or something's done. Or he just was a man and he would just take care of it. And so that meant more to me than like anything else that he would do. He was compassionate. If something was wrong, if I was sick, he would take me to the doctor. He would stay there. If the kids were sick, he would take off work. He was just so loving. Well, he was out of town with my brothers. He called and said he was coming home, and I was like, okay, that's great. And the kids were at school. I picked up the kids. I went home. He came home about an hour later, something like that. He was fine when he got home initially. And then he went to Walmart, and then when he got back, he just, all hell broke loose. When he came back from Walmart, he just came in, he had his things, and then he walked back outside. But he was mumbling, like to himself. And then he walked back outside, and then he came back in with the gun, but it didn't really surprise me. From where my kitchen was, it was a side door. So he walked in the side door, and so I just turned and then I saw him. And the kids were in the living room. He was just talking to himself. He was saying, you need to leave. And I was like, okay, why are you playing? And then I looked at the gun, and because he put his hand on it. And I was thinking in my head, why would you have the gun out in front of the children? And he was like, you need to go. And I was like, okay, well, this not funny. And he just shot the gun, like in the ceiling. And I was like, oh my God. And the kids, they stopped. Like everything stopped. And my daughter ran to him, and my son was just staring at me. And I looked at my son and I said, you know, it's okay, everything will be all right. I said, go up to your room. And I looked at him, I said, I'll be upstairs in a minute. And he ran upstairs, and I heard his door close. It's the last time I saw him. My daughter, you know, she was quiet by then, I guess she was scared. And then he put the gun in my face. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I'm gonna die. He was like, run. He stepped his feet, and I just took off running. And I kept saying, God, just let me die quick. I don't want to feel no pain. As I ran and I got in the woods, and I didn't even know where I was. And I called 911, and the lady was like, where are you? And I was like, I don't know. And she said, when they get there, they're not gonna have on their sirens, so I'm gonna ask you to come out. And I said, okay. So I was crawling through the woods. I saw the police car, and the officer got out the car, and I think I was walking to her, and everything just went black. So I guess I fainted. And when I woke up, I was in the back of an ambulance. And I was like, well, how did I get in the back of an ambulance? This officer said, hey ma'am, I need your permission to kick in your front door. And I'm like, kick in my front door? What do you mean? And she says, listen, I need to force entry in your house, but I need your permission and I need your alarm code. So I gave it to her. Like, I looked outside and I heard all these radios and these sirens. And I heard all this stuff, and I'm asking the lady, like, what's going on, what's going on? And she's like, I don't know. You know, they're gonna come talk to you. And so that same officer, she said, what's your son's name? And I said, why? She said, what's your son's name? And how old is he? And does he have any allergies? I said, his name is Kevin, he's 7, no allergies. She said, okay, I'll be back. And so I see this helicopter land. And then I see 2 people get out, and they have like a stretcher. And then I see my family arriving. And my brother is this guy, like he's this really, really strong guy. He never cries. And he comes to the police window and he looks at me and he cries. And the first thing I'm thinking is, they killed Chad. That's my husband. They killed him. And the officer says, I need you to look at me. I need you to hear me. I need you to understand me. And she says, your daughter is dead. She says, your husband is dead. She says, your son, he's on that helicopter. He's on the way to the hospital. He's been shot in the head. She said, do you hear me? She says, your husband shot your daughter in the head. She says, your husband shot himself in the head. She says, your husband shot your son in the head. And I still couldn't cry. So when I get to the hospital, it's like all the news is there. And so this doctor comes in. He's like, hey, I need to tell you something. Same thing. I need you to listen to me. I need you to hear me. I need you to understand. I'm like, okay, lady, what's up? She says, your son is brain dead. I'm finna get that together, just give me a minute. She said, there's nothing we can do. She says, he's on life support. She says, but he keeps going under, and we're using the defibrillator to bring him back. She said, if he goes under again, what do you want us to do? And I'm like, what you mean, what I want you to do? I want you to save him. She said, he's not coming back. She says, if we keep doing the defibrillator, we could break his rib cage. So I was like, you want me to make a decision to kill my son? She said, he's already gone. So I said, well, you know, just let him go. I really had to monitor what I read and what I watched. Because what I found for me is that when I was in a low place, I would watch and read things that took me lower. And I had to learn that I need things to uplift me. For instance, I can't watch First 48. I can't watch now. It's some of the things that I love that I can't do because it took me down. So I had to learn to like new things. Another thing was I had to detach from people. And even people that I love, even family members. Because people that thought that they were helping me were enabling me. So I was hooked on pills, and I would have people say, I know what you're going through. Let me help you. I have some more pills for you. And I had to learn that even though they love me, even though I love them, I just have to separate myself. Another thing that helped me was I had to really figure out that, you know, it's okay to be happy. You know, I felt guilty for a long time for living, for getting, you know, for my kids are died, my kids are dead. And I'm smiling, you know. But I had to say, you know what, NikkI, you're not the same happy that you used to be, but you're a different kind of happy, and that's okay, you know. And when I realized it's okay for me to live, it's okay for me to smile, it's okay for me to be happy, it just opened up a whole lot of doors for me personally. And then I have to say, I had to start hanging with people that held me accountable for things. And that came from people that I didn't know. You know, strangers would hold me accountable when family wouldn't, or friends wouldn't. And it's not that, again, that my family didn't love me. It's just a stranger don't know my business and they don't care. And lastly, I had to learn that, you know, I had to have a relationship with God versus religion, if that makes sense. Because I would go to church out of just, because I felt like I had to. But then I got a relationship with God when I was like in a valley, like I was in a low place, and it wasn't these and thous. It was like, look, God, I need you right now. And it was personal, and that helped me so much. So that's what helped me. I cannot say that I will ever be 100% healed. I hope to be. I believe I'm like 70% healed, but I'm a strong 70. Like I'm a really strong 70. And it took me 10 years to get from 0 to 70, you know? And if it takes me 10 more to get to a 90, I'm cool with that, you know? So I don't think it's a time limit on recovery. You know, I talk to a lot of people and they want to rush, or something happened to someone they know and they want them to rush through it. But, you know, some people crawl, some people walk, some people run. NikkI crawled backwards, then crawled. So it's okay. Right now I'm striving for 71. So you know how people have like goals, like I want to get from 70 to 80. My journey is sometimes is month to month, sometimes it's hour to hour, sometimes it's minute to minute. It has been days where, NikkI, it's 10:05, I need you to be strong to 10:06. Like I just need you to get to 10:07. So if I'm at 70 and I can get to 71, if it takes me 3 years to get to 71, I made it to 71. I ain't in no rush. I'm not trying to rush my progress, because there's a lot of people out there that's looking at me and it's like, it took her 3 years to get 71. I'm just on 6 months. I can get there too.